So here's a major bootleg trail in the fells. This is mainly used by mountain bikers to avoid a rock staircase. And you see there's a log here. Actually, sometimes there's even more trash, brush in here. Because a lot of locals who don't want people creating bootleg trails actually fill in or brush in the pathways, sometimes without regard for the safety of the users who use them. So there's safety issues in addition to overuse and bootleg trail issues. And I'm just walking this path. I'm going to take you down the actual staircase because there's another bootleg there as well. And you can see this is fairly well institutionalized. This is grassy area, and like I document elsewhere, of the 88 miles of legal trails in the fells, there are an additional 22 miles of bootleg trails. And this is a pretty long one, as you can see. Coming back to the main trail here, as you can see that this is pretty well institutionalized, flattened, and here's the main trail. So let me show you the obstacle that bootleg actually avoids. This is the normal trail. As you can see, it's fairly heavily used. Well, it makes sense, it's an urban park. And one thing to note about the composition of the soil here is that given the overuse, or heavy use, the forest duff that normally covers the trail is pretty much gone. It's been pulverized, and of course rain washes it away. And so you get this sort of shiny surface here. And in a lot of locations where the water pools, we see a lot of heavy tire tracks, dog prints, boot prints. So this is the section of trail. So I'm just saying that basically the trails themselves aren't that great. They were never really built for this level of use. As far as I can tell, they're really never built with any kind of real trail building knowledge. And as we move to higher usage levels and mountain bikes, they're getting beaten to hell. So I think one thing we could really do here is actually boost the trail system and reconstruct or beef up the soil, the treadways, especially the addition of mineral soil, which would really help because that's what we don't have on these trails. So here's the trail, and we're going down the sort of slope, and you can see the scree wall off to the side, which looks newly reinforced to keep people on the trail. And there's some steps coming up on the right, and this is where the trail goes. But what we have here is what looks like it might have been a water bar at some point, but is now another bootleg. It's basically a ramp around the staircase. And it continues onward around the scree wall that was put up recently. And interestingly, part of the scree wall was just dismantled. I was here a couple days ago and there was a rock there. So these trails are being continuously reformed by the users, and not necessarily for the benefit of all.